You guys know, as long as you've been on the channel for a little while, you'll know I love the Bill and Ted films. Love them. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, which is actually my favorite of them. Keanu Reeves, Alex Winter together as these characters. Some of my favorite characters in cinema history are Bill S. Preston, Esquire, and Ted Theodore Logan. And I was over the moon excited for Bill and Ted Face the Music when it was announced back in 2019. Came out in 2020, I believe. That was actually the first movie I ever followed movie news for. I believe I've been following the movie news development of Bill and Ted. They were talking about it all the way back in like 2011, doing a third one. It finally came to fruition in 2020. Sat down, watched it. It was okay. It wasn't great. I was a little disappointed with it, but it was still great to see these characters come back. I thought they had some fun with it. And I also thought that that would be the end of it. I thought, all right, they came back. It took a decade for them to get this thing made. They did it. They completed the trilogy. Bill and Ted Saved the Universe again. All right, the trilogy is complete. They're done. Out of nowhere, though, like yesterday, maybe a couple days ago, Alex Winter, who plays Bill S. Preston Esquire, dropped a bombshell on us when he was saying on the Sarah O'Connell YouTube channel, there are plans for Bill and Ted 4. Here's what he had to say. This comes to us from the good folks over at Game Radar. And they said, we're tinkering with a fourth movie idea that all of us like, and the guys are going to write. Winter revealed on the Sarah O'Connell show. So we'll see. It takes time for us to get these things going, and we never want to do them unless they're great. He added, it has to be right. We love them because they're oddball and they're not typical mainstream films. They've never been cash grab movies. No one's gotten rich off of a Bill and Ted movie, so we really do make them sincerely from a place of love and interest. There's a really good idea the writers came up with for a fourth film that's kind of obvious. I don't want to give it away. I can't give it away. They would have me drawn and quartered. But it is a really great idea and kind of an obvious idea, so it will get written, and we'll see when we can actually get it made. Maybe a little while. And that comes to us straight from the mouth of Alex Winter. So, look, I'm not going to hide my enthusiasm. If I'm going to get more Bill and Ted, I want more Bill and Ted. Like I said, I wasn't overly in love with the third film that they did. I was so hyped for it when it was coming out, and it kind of under-delivered for me. But I love these characters. I love Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves in these roles. If anything, Bill and Ted Face the Music proved that they can still do it. More so, it proved that like Death and all these characters still work today in the age that they're at. Now, as a big fan of Bill and Ted, a fanatic, you could say, I'm a little bit confused by Alex Winter's use of the word obvious, because to me, I'm thinking of this like, where do you go? Like, where do you go with Bill and Ted 4? They kind of established in Bill and Ted 3 that they hadn't written the greatest song ever yet, that it was supposed to save the universe. The whole plot of that was them finally doing it, and then the universe gets saved. So where do you go with Bill and Ted 4? Do you repeat a whole Fallen Out of Fame storyline like you did in the third one? Do you move on with the daughters? I'm going to be honest with you. I thought the actresses who did the daughters in Bill and Ted 3 were good and well cast, and they played off of Bill and Ted well. I'm not interested in seeing a full-on movie with them. Are they just planning on remaking Excellent Adventure with the kids, with the grandchildren? I'm not quite sure what that word obvious means, because I personally can't think of where this movie would go for Bill and Ted 4. But if you're asking me if I want a Bill and Ted 4, yes, I want a Bill and Ted 4. Now, if I want a Bill and Ted 4 is a very different question than asking me if Bill and Ted 4 will happen. That one I'm a little bit more unsure of, because even Alex Winter in here says they ain't cash grabs because they don't make a lot of money. No one's gotten rich off of making Bill and Ted is very niche. It's a very niche film series, and like he said, they write it and they make it because they love it. Not everyone loves it, though. Bill and Ted 3, like I mentioned before, they started talking about getting a third one made back in like 2011, 2012, and they took a decade to finally find a studio, find producers, find people that would greenlight it, get behind it. Will they be able to do that again now that Bill and Ted 3 has come out? Will the same studio, will they distribute it? Will they make it? did Bill and Ted 3 even do well because it came out during COVID? I watched it on Apple. I had to buy it on Apple. I couldn't go to the theater and watch it, so I don't really know how well that movie did. I don't imagine it did that great. I don't remember people talking about it very much. So will they be able to get this greenlit? Will they be able to get a director behind it, a studio behind it? I don't know. But all I know is that Alex Winter is saying that there is a writing session going on right now as we speak for Bill and Ted 4. And party on, dudes. Be excellent to this news. I am excited. Well, thank you very much for checking out this clip from our live show that we do every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time called Zach Milne Talks Live. If you like talking movies, if you like talking movie news, why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave? We do that on this channel all the time. But if you still need some time before you fully commit, you can check out the full video this clip is from right here, and you can check out another video over here. The subscribe button's right here.